With the launch of Starfield just around the corner, a lot of people are drawing comparisons between Starfield and No Man's Sky. Released in August 2016, No Man's Sky features a procedurally generated open universe of 18 quintillion planets. It was the first game to attempt such a feat, and naturally, this game had a lot of hype surrounding its launch. Unfortunately though, the devs oversold their product and there was too much hype and not enough substance. On Steam alone, the game peaked at 212,000 upon release. However, 2 months later, there was barely 2,000 people still playing the game. Broken promises and overhyped had all but killed No Man's Sky, but of course we know the story doesn't end there. The game bounced back. The developers didn't give up. They looked to right their wrongs and see if they can actually fulfill some of the promises they had made. In fact, No Man's Sky has had several rejuvenations, thanks to a lot of new and free updates. I played the game on launch, I played it after it bounced back, and then I decided to play it once again in 2023. So, 7 years later, has this title done enough to redeem itself? The story of No Man's Sky reflects my channel. Once a hot steamy mess, now worth investing into. Oh hi, Sawman here, please like and subscribe. No Man's Sky is a prime example of what happens when you hype a game up way too much. And it might have been okay if this indie studio didn't slap a $60 price tag on day of release. But this video isn't about the past, it's about the present, it's about the current state of No Man's Sky. And believe it or not, you can pick up No Man's Sky for as little as $49.99. Are you fucking shitting me? What the fuck is this shit? $49.99. Fuck.
What's your profanity?
I can literally buy it on eBay for 99p. Or of course, play it for free on Xbox Game Pass. And yes, I know technically it's not free because you have to pay monthly for a subscription, but in my mind it doesn't feel like I'm paying for one particular game. It means I'm paying for a lot of games, which I'm probably not going to play anyway, because a lot of the games in the Xbox Game Pass are kind of mid, but at the same time they do have good games like, you know, Starfield coming out very soon, and obviously No Man's Sky.
It's still real to me, damn it!
My point is, you should be able to pick up the game relatively cheap. But anyway, I digress. One of the other features that was added to No Man's Sky, which kind of flew under the radar, was that it now has VR support. And, you know, it's quite gimmicky, I guess, for a lot of people. Some people obviously enjoy it quite a lot. And some of you, well, we know why you bought VR.
Things served to you? I mean, here, taste this.
You know who you are. Funnily enough, in regards to all the overpromises that happened at the start and before release, there's actually a spreadsheet online you can look at which tells you where they are with their promises and which ones are still outstanding. You can also see which ones have been added in for free without ever being promised. I'm sure there'll be arguments in the comments section as to whether the devs are great for adding in all these features for free.
And I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Or whether they are massive pricks for promising them in the first place and not delivering them 7 years ago. Either way, better channels than mine have covered this off in great depth. So if you want to have a history of No Man's Sky, I strongly suggest you go watch the Internet Historian's video on No Man's Sky, because it gives you a really clear overview. But anyway, onwards and upwards, let's talk about the gameplay of No Man's Sky in 2023. So one thing that stayed consistent about this game is how it starts. Essentially, you are a unnamed life form who has crash landed on a random planet, and you need to fix your ship, and you just sort of like follow the natural path to like leave the planet, go to a space station, go to another solar system, and eventually, you know, try and survive in No Man's Sky. There is a main story quest line you can follow, but don't expect this to be in-depth Red Dead Redemption 2 style storytelling. Along with a survival mode and a creative mode, they've added a expedition mode, I think the idea is you work with the community to achieve certain goals, but generally speaking, it feels exactly the same as normal mode. Maybe I need to put a few more 100 hours into it for me to understand. The thing is with the gameplay in No Man's Sky is that you either love it
Nice!
or hate it. And for me, I'm just very meh about it. I mean, I get it. It's a creative survival game in space. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. You mine your minerals, you build your base or your home.
It is a... I don't live in a crack house. I live in a crack home. Okay?
You upgrade your spaceship, you upgrade your armor. But, I don't know. Every time I play this game, I just feel very unrewarded. I play it for a couple of hours, and then out of nowhere, I don't know what it is, I just get very... bored. I mean, take this time around, I tried to do the expedition. I tried to follow the story of the expedition. And, you know, I did the usual. Repaired my ship, gathered some minerals, go outside into space. And then I had like this main quest I had to follow. And I had to do like 9 or 10 jumps to different solar systems to progress the quest. 9 to 10 jumps. I can't remember what it was, because I'm pretty sure I fell asleep whilst doing it. It's basically like going through 9 or 10 load screens. I don't know why I don't know if it's 9 or 10. I just, honestly, I blacked out. It was just so long and pointless. And by the time I got to the place I needed to go, I was just so bored, I changed games, because I just didn't seem to accomplish anything. But listen, I didn't stop there. I obviously waited a day and went back to it. And the funny thing was, I went back to an old save. I thought, do you know what? Maybe I'll go back to my old save and see how much progress I'd made. And I just felt like I was in the exact same place. Even though I'd built this base, I had these random NPCs in my base as well. My ship wasn't great.
It looks like grandma, the fucking thing.
But I just felt like I was in the same game loop. I did try to do like an expedition with someone. So this German guy and me went on this crazy adventure. It was great because all the stuff he was doing was in German. So I had no real idea as to what he was doing. Ich nicht sprechen Sie Deutsch, ich nicht verstehe. I don't know, it just felt very bland. I mean, we landed, we saved this guy apparently, and then we got attacked by the Sentinels, and it was just wave after wave of me being bored. And you know, eventually we complete the mission, we went back to the main player hub, and I didn't know how to kick him out of my party. Like, he was just stuck in my party. It's just me and Franz here were just stuck together. It was like, oh, cool. I guess we're best buds now. That's nice. And I know there's probably about a couple of 100 No Man's Sky fans shouting at me right now going, oh, you're an idiot. Dude, you need to go here and just leave party. Why are you so dumb?
Now you say another word and I swear to God, I will dice you into a million little pieces and put those pieces in a box.
I literally clicked loads of buttons trying to find it, and I couldn't figure it out. It took me a good 5 minutes. It made me feel really stupid. But that's the whole thing about No Man's Sky. A lot of it just feels very convoluted for the most simplest of stuff. I mean, the amount of times that I just felt like giving up because I just didn't know what to do next. I just felt like, meh. I mean, it doesn't seem to respect my time or give me the information. And I'm not usually the sort of guy who's like, I need this, like, information in front of me. I need to go here, click A, go there, click A, you know. I like to figure stuff out for myself, but I also like it to be logical. So yeah, it's great they've added these like mech warriors, these organic spaceships, pets and underwater biomes, but I can't even get to that stage because I'm too busy being frustrated with the main game, the base game, to go look at all this other stuff. And by the time, like, I get to a point, I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm so bored that I stop playing. And I know this sounds really harsh. I don't want to be harsh about the game. I think it is generally a good game if you like that sort of game. If you want to go away and put the hours in, then fine. It could potentially be worth it. But I feel like it just feels very shallow in what it actually offers. And I just feel like, have they actually improved the game, or is it just a turd rolled in glitter? And even the space combat feels quite bland. The controls feel very basic. I get you can upgrade your ships and probably have bigger fights, but it just felt very samey to me. I generally feel like Colony Wars on the PlayStation was more advanced than the dogfights in this game, and you know, it's a PlayStation 1 game for fuck's sake. But look, I don't mean to shit on the game as much as I am. I just felt very frustrated with the overall gameplay. I'm not doing this for, you know, clicks. I'm generally giving my opinion, which is, I didn't like it. And it's not like I hate craft and survival games. You know, I like Minecraft, I like Conan Exiles. It's just that with No Man's Sky, it gets very repetitive very quickly, and it just feels like it's not quite there yet. It's not complete. I think this is partly the reason the player numbers fluctuate so much, because every time they drop a new update, players come back to see if they are enjoying it again, or you know, if that final jigsaw piece has been put back in. And even if they do enjoy it, they end up leaving the next month or the month after that, so numbers never truly stay up.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
I'm pretty sure I'll get a lot of hate for this video, but at the same time, I felt like I had to make it simply because I put time and effort into playing this game and didn't feel rewarded. So the only reward I can get out of it now is to make a YouTube video saying that I don't feel rewarded, I didn't enjoy this game. There's something kind of poetic about No Man's Sky being a procedurally generated game which is like forever going, which is kind of like the devs' attitude towards No Man's Sky. You know, they're forever trying to improve on the original game and keep people interested in it. And it's quite amazing because there isn't a cash shop, they've just been doing free updates. So I do wonder how they make their money. Oh yeah, shit, they charge 50 quid for the game now, apparently. I think it's a certain type of player who'll be drawn to No Man's Sky and stick around in the long run. The same people who put 10,000 hours into Minecraft to recreate like the city of London. I think there's a lot of creativity that can be had with this game, but I just feel like the actual game cycle itself is just very lackluster. It's very repetitive. So it'll be interesting to see how many players they lose when Starfield comes out, because I feel like some of the aspects of Starfield of building an outpost, exploring 1,000 planets, mining, it all leaks into what No Man's Sky is about, but hopefully with the added bonus of a decent storyline. But I could also imagine there's a lot of sunken cost fallacy of this game. People have invested time and effort into it, waiting for the next update which will hopefully improve the game and bring it back to the hype that was originally there on day one. And I just don't think that's ever going to happen again. But hey, this is just my opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys think of No Man's Sky. Are you still playing it? Were you one of the day oneers who gave up and have come back? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you guys. But anyway, on that bombshell, I'll end the video. By all means, if you've liked what I said, leave a like. If you don't like what I said, that dislike button still works, I assure you. You can click away at it. And obviously, if you want to see more of my content, feel free to subscribe. I'll leave a couple of videos on the screen right now which you might enjoy. And a huge shout out and thank you to my patrons and YouTube members. You guys keep the channel going, believe it or not. Anyway, see you on the next one. Bye bye.